What's going on, guys? Chris here, back again with another market video for you guys today. The FUT birthday loading screen has come out, and we're going to be talking about the market trends that we saw based on that loading screen. We're also going to use those same trends, and we're going to show you how to make coins today on the Wednesday. Another thing we're going to be talking about in today's video is FUT birthday, the promo itself, and where the market could go over the next few days, including talking about Thursday flipping, and a few things about fodder that we need to talk about as well. So before we get into the video, if you guys can just drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. We've hit a lot of good likes on the last couple of videos. If we can hit 100 likes on this video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But let's talk about FUT birthday loading screen. Now I'm gonna go back in and out of Ultimate Team to show you guys the loading screen. It's pretty generic. I would expect today on the Wednesday we're gonna get some more clues. They'll probably give us the actual card design today. And as people see those card designs for the first time, maybe a hint at a nationality or a team or certain stats or position, etc., you're gonna see more selling off, in my opinion, on out of pack specials. So the way that you guys can trade around these cards, it's pretty simple, right? These cards in the daytime, when everybody's on the game, are dropping because people are getting ready for FUT birthday. They're selling off. But at nighttime, they start to get rare again, and they start to go up because the market at night, or at least after like 5 p.m. Eastern time, which is about 10 p.m. UK, the market gets rare and cards are allowed to rise because of that from their low points. So like some of the stuff that we did today, we made a lot of profit today, and I only traded for about 3.5 hours. Actually, even less than that, probably about 2 hours of my time. I trade a lot with this Handanovic card because he has multiple informs. I flipped to like 6 Bernardo Silvas over the last 2 days. I flipped the Griezmann. I bought that at like 170. I bought these Carrascos at 100k flat. You know, I was buying Zaha. I bought Kimpembe at like 173. I bought this John Stones at 91. Right, we're doing little things like that. And yes, I did have to take a loss on some of my Sterlings. We'll talk about fodder a little bit here in the video, talking about when to sell it, predicaments, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, trading with special cards was the move over the last like 12 hours, and I expect the same thing to happen today on the Wednesday. So we're going to go through that type of trading with you guys. Now, because of FUT birthday coming out, and because people know that FUT birthday is coming, you're not going to have as many people buying on the market, but that's going to be great for you guys to trade with because there's not going to be as many eyes on cards. This Cuadrado today on stream around like 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, he pops up at 233k. It had 3.5 minutes into the listing, and this car was not selling. There was actually 2 listed, 236 and 233. I snagged the one at 233, and someone else unfortunately got the 236. This guy was 288 on the market. It was a 50k undercut, and it was up for 3.5 minutes. How does that happen? Well, that's because there's not as many people looking at the market right now, because they know that FUT birthday comes out, prices drop, and they want to save their coins. They don't want to mess around with the market right now. And that right there, getting on bids, going on to other type of cards in the market, looking at as many cards as possible, will make you coins today on the Wednesday through fluctuations. So, you know, even though I was looking at this Cuadrado here, and at the time he was 284k, and I just looked at his fluctuation, I was like, okay, how much is this guy going for, right? And it was around, you know, this time. So he was like 280s at that point. And I really wasn't seeing much of a, you know, fluctuation price that I could potentially buy at. But I still looked at the car in the market. I still went onto the market and said to myself, okay, I'm going to go and search for Cuadrado. And I'm going to see if I can, you know, maybe get like a 260 or something like that. All of a sudden I see 280 and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's incredible, right? Look right there. You have 11k undercut on this. I'm interested to see how long it takes for this card to sell at a 11k undercut. I'm telling you guys, these cards are going to fluctuate because people are going to sell off 1 hour. Then another part of the market's going to realize that that card's too cheap and they're going to buy it back up. That card's going to get rare, and that's why it's going to rise. So fluctuation trading today on the Wednesday is going to be a great opportunity for you guys, and the way that you fluctuation trade. Look at this Griezmann, for example, okay? Griezmann's a card for me that I love trading with, okay? He's rare, and he doesn't have a lot of listings, and he has multiple informs, which is great. So this Griezmann was 194. He went down to 180s. He went back to 190 almost. He went down to 174. He went back to 185. Now, I snagged one at 170 when he was like 180 and under. So I got one at 170 and I flipped it for 188, which is where he went to literally like a couple hours ago. Now, I was recording this video for the second time because sometimes I mix up my words and it doesn't sound too good. So I go onto the market about 5 minutes ago, just looking at Griezmann, right? And this is what I like to do. I like to make an effort. And I go to Griezmann on the market, and all of a sudden I see there's two at 160 and 165. Right there, for 5 minutes they're on the market, by the way. They're up and no one's buying those cards. And that's how you could take advantage of that. So there you see 165 and then you see 160. And those were literally just put up 13 minutes ago. You see how I have 47 minutes left? I got those 13 minutes ago. I also got this Gosens I gotta sell, and I've got Bastoni that I gotta sell. Now, what you guys can do in relation to Thursday flipping investments, now, in weeks that people don't want to buy cards for investments for Thursday because they think they're going to flop, per se, the market actually does better. And the reason for that is because there's less investors to kind of plow through and allows for much more of a natural market rise because of that. And yes, you are going to see people playing their division rivals games on Thursday, and you're going to see people playing their weekend league Thursday late night NA or Friday morning EU time. So I think Thursday flipping actually is not a horrible shout. What you guys can do today, if you see prices dropping on cards, I really recommend maybe getting involved with some of that stuff, because I think based on today, those cards rebounded, and all you need to do is get maybe a couple percentage higher on Thursday for some of these really meta cards, rare cards. Like, I wouldn't be looking at just like your average inform or special. I'd be looking at cards that everybody is using, cards that went up a lot last week as well. So, for example, this Inform Zaha was a card that, for me, did very well last week, right? He went from Wednesday 147, he went all the way to 166 by the Friday. That's like a 17 or 18k rise. So for me, what I would do with a card like this would be, I go to yesterday and I see he goes to like low 140s at times, but also goes up to over 150 at times. So my buy price for this Zaha card is 143, right? That's what I want to buy this card at. Because can I flip it for 152, 153? Yes, and make a little bit of profit. But you can hold it for Thursday and potentially see a little bit of a higher rise to get some more profit on a guy like this. I'm not going to say Thursday flips are like 100% going to work this week, but I think in weeks that people expect the market to just not do well on Thursday, it actually allows for the like higher rises and much more natural market rises. So get on bids on Wednesday. Look for cards that are meta, the guys that have been doing well for you guys, and try to avoid anything that's like in the team of the week, of course. Like, maybe I stay away from like right backs from La Liga because of Dest, right? Or maybe I stay away from like some of those like middle to lower tier strikers in Serie A because of Mertens, right? Maybe I stay away from stuff like that. But a lot of stuff is fair game, right? Like, if I go to a guy, who's another card that I want to look for? Like, if you go to the PGP page here, and you just go to like all specials, and it'll show you like what the most played with specials are in this game. You can go all informs actually if you want to. Go to order by games played, and then it just shows you like which cards do really well. So this Ben Yedder card, right, in 86 overall, Ben Yedder is 183 right now. Last week he went from 188, he went to 202. So he didn't go up a ton, but he went up a little bit, right? He was literally just 177, he went back to 183. For me, you need to buy this card in like the low 170s, okay? Anything in the low 170s is a buy for that Ben Yedder card. And I'm going to go onto the market right now, and I'm going to see if I can find one at a price that I like here for this Ben Yedder. Let me see, 180. So it's not that far off, like 173, 174. I could pick that up today, and maybe he goes to like 189 to 190 on Thursday. So I think Thursday flips could do a little decent this week. Another thing we got to talk about is the fodder prices. Now, we talked to you guys about fodder over the weekend and how it was risky. And the reason it was risky was because we were buying at inflated prices. Now, Sunday, we saw some crazy fodder prices before 6 p.m. content. And we even saw this guy, Kevin De Bruyne, go to 124k before 6 p.m. He is now down at 100,000 coins. And this is due to every single day that these cards were not being used in SBCs, they were getting sold off by investors. There was a lot of people investing in those SBCs on the weekend, And this is obviously the result that if we don't get those SBCs, and the loading screen also kind of hurt that as well, because when people saw the loading screen, they automatically thought to themselves, supply is coming, so they need to sell off. So we saw some pretty big sell-off today on some 88s, some 89s, some 87s. Now, yes, these cards are going to go lower on Thursday and Friday. Friday specifically in that first hour. Now, if you're going to be trading with them, I would probably be looking to buy them in the first or second hour of the promo on Friday, because that's when all of the packs are going to get ripped open. You're in a predicament, though, if you do have fodder and you're technically losing on it right now. I would say if you really need the coins, you sell and you take the loss. Go buy some stuff back on Friday, get your coins back. If you have a ton of coins, though, you still have the luxury to just hold it, because there is going to be another icon player pick, I can assure you on that. EA saw the analytics and saw the market result of it, and I think they really did enjoy that SBC and sucking so many coins off the market. So don't be surprised if they don't release that SBC maybe this upcoming weekend, right? I could see something like that happening. But, you know, just kind of the whole fodder scenario is really just depending on your club situation. If you don't have a lot of coins, I would probably take the loss. If you do have a lot of coins, you have a couple million spare, I just hold the fodder. And yes, it is going to go a little bit lower, but yes, it's going to go up again, because there's so many people that know that fodder is going to go up again, and they're going to invest in that. So I think you guys will be okay on fodder as long as you are really patient with this. Because yes, we did buy inflated prices, but we've seen where they've gone to if we get certain SBCs that we really do enjoy. Another thing to anticipate today on the Wednesday is going to be the new team of the week. Now we have a couple of things going on here. We have Holland that potentially could get an inform. I would just say with a guy like this, anything that's getting an upgrade today, a what if card, leaves Melu. For example, Regulon got a clean sheet on the weekend. I would maybe just play it cautious here and take the coins like before 6 p.m. when they get their upgrades, because that's just kind of been the trend that we've seen, especially with these what if cards, man. If you look at this Regulon here, okay, this guy is up a lot from where he was. He's 210,000 coins right now, essentially. He's up like 25k almost, okay? For me, this is a guy that is probably a little overinvested. And somebody asked me earlier in my chat, is this guy going to go higher after his upgrade, even if he goes to an 89? For me, do I think this guy's worth 230k to cover tax on this? No, I don't think he's worth 230. I think he's probably worth a little bit less. Hence why I think it's going to drop when he gets his upgrades. So any of these guys that are getting upgrades today, I'd probably just, you know, play it safe, take the coins before that, because you never know what happens after the upgrade itself. And most of the time, the cards drop in price. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Wednesday. Like I said to you guys, check out cards that are... Please make the effort, by the way. That is one of my biggest points with you guys. Please make an effort on finding these cards and fluctuating with them. A lot of people always ask me, what cards do I trade with through fluctuations? Any card. Literally any special card that's on the market you can trade with. And that's the luxury of doing this, because these cards are rare and they go up and down in certain hours. Also get on bids. I got on multiple bids yesterday, including a Kempembe at 173. I sold that at 192. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching today. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.